it's definitely just a learning curve. It's definitely like put my anxiety on an all-time high. But at the same time, it's like I just want to help people grow their business.
Everything that you think you might like, you should try to do. Doing something around passion is very similar to love. You're blinded because you like it. The number one reason I push patience, man, patience. Everybody's looking up to audit themselves where they are now. It's because patience will give you the air cover to take risks. Time is your asset. What I would do is gather as many experiences as possible. The one thing a 20-year-old has over me is 20 years. The 99% that achieve are willing to sacrifice, be persistent, and think in 50-year terms, not 50-day terms.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Leaving the 9 to 5, brought to you by the Lifting Love Podcast Network. I'm your host, as always, Lenny, and alongside of me is my co-host and friend, DJ, the DJ.
What's going on, everybody?
Good to see you, DJ. We're back.
But before we get into the episode, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors for the video today, TechLight Associates. Leaving the 9 to 5 is proudly presented by TechLight Associates Incorporated. Call TechLight for all your technology, wireless, or audio-visual needs. Whether you're in New York, North Carolina, or anywhere in the United States, TechLight has got you covered, even offering financing options for your next big project. Go give TechLight a call now or visit them online at www.techlightassociates.com. Also, we'd like to shout out another one of our sponsors, Lifting Love. You know what I'm saying? We got all the merch that you need at shopliftinglove.com. That is shopliftinglove.com. You see this nice little pink heart I got on my chest? This is our Lift Love Crush Cancer merch. So go get some. All profits are going to be donated to Susan G. Komen to help with the research and advancement to hopefully find a cure one day for breast cancer. Shopliftinglove.com. Thank you to our sponsors. Now let's get on to the video. All right. What's up, dog?
What's going on? What is going on?
Oh, man. Good week. All right. I guess you just started off with your Sam's Club Snack of the Week.
Da, 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 da. We should have a song for it. Da, 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 da. Sam's Club Snack of the Week.
It should be the air horns. So hold on. Ready? Wait a second. Sam's Club Snack of the Week.
There we go. That's it. That is it. Yes.
That's it. I'm telling you. All right, I'm not going Sam's Club. Well, maybe Sam's Club has them, but we're going Popcorners. It's a party size.
Oh,
and it's white cheddar or nothing, dog. White cheddar or nothing, dog.
Really?
Super healthy. I believe there's never fried, only 140 calories per serving, and no artificial flavors or colors. Here we go.
Enjoy the crunch.
Give you some ASMR. What you got? What's your snack going to be, man?
I got presented by my daughter. Helped me.
Dude, those things are fire.
The Kinder Bueno chocolate bar. You need a chocolate fix? This is
Is that the one with Nutella in it?
Oh yeah, crispy. Well, it's advertised as crispy chocolate cream, but I believe Kinder is the same company that does make Nutella. Let's see. Crispy wafer with creamy nut filling. Yep, Nutella in a nutshell. There you go.
I love me some Nutella, man.
They are great.
Let's get you on a bite with that. Come on.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Come on now.
You gotta have the first savory bite on our podcast, and then we go into it.
You have to.
Why not? I eat this.
If you're not taking a bite of it, are you really eating it as a snack? You know what I'm saying? I know that's a quote. But
on the go.
Speaking of quotes, we have a new segment.
Quote of
Hit the horn. Man, I'm telling you, you're gonna hate air horns by the time you're done with this podcast because we're gonna use it way too much. All right, the quote of the week, new segment. Kind of just talk about it real quick and what it means to you. But my quote is from Kevin Durant. I don't know if he's the first person to ever say it, but he's the person I heard it from. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't work hard enough, at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, what's really going to show out more? You know? I always relate it back to sports, but, you could be the strongest, fastest, smartest person, but if you're not putting the work in, when it comes game time, are you always going to get the results that you want? DJ, what's that quote mean to you?
Oh, man, that speaks volume, dude. It 100%. I think that you got to put in all your efforts in order to do it. That you can't expect your talent, only get you by so, and until you hit that spot, it's going to get you got to get you all the way through being hard work, just grinding, and it's your talents. Not we're going to go into new stuff we're going to be announcing, our new series and things like that we're just going to be able to get in and grind, and your talent's not going to be able to grind. Your hard work and determination is going to let you grind.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing with like a lot of people is that yes, hard work. You need to be hardworking, but some people think that talent is going to take them a lot further than it, and it usually does. Your talent only goes so far, but you put the hard work in, and you work on your weaknesses, and you work on your strengths, and you just become better. Not even just in whatever you're doing as a business, but as a human being. I think that's really what it is at the end of the day. It speaks volumes. But yes, DJ brought up what we were going to talk about. We're starting a new series, kind of just I mean, as entrepreneurs, there's things that we all struggle with, right? Getting clients and the stresses, the anxieties of just everything, right? I mean, in life in general, not even, I think a lot of what we say is towards business people, but at the end of the day, normal people, everyday people struggle with the same things as well. It's just on a bigger scale. So the first of I don't know how many exact topics we have. What was it, like 6?
Yeah, we're basing it on, it's like a 6 or 7 week, so it's kind of off a series I was following, called Peace of Mind, and just taking it from the entrepreneurial aspect of of life, of working, of and so we can relate to people.
Yeah, and I think a cool thing too is, man, shout out local church, because they did a whole series on this. I always give credit where credit's due as far as drawing up inspiration from, because like I think it's just huge to mention people who've also done similar things. But they did a lot of it. We kind of took a little bit of pieces in it, and like DJ said, we're gonna talk of it from the point of view of an entrepreneur. And so our first week series this was anxiety. I think it's something that everyone deals with, just as a human being. But I do think it's exemplified or exaggerated. What's the word? Exaggerated, amplified. There you go. It's amplified in the entrepreneurial field, because when push comes to shove, only the clients that I have and little stuff I do that makes me money is making me money, bringing money in for me to pay my bills. DJ, same thing. He has a certain amount of clients that he has that are going to pay his bills, and it's really just a numbers game at the end of the day. But that anxiety of shit, I have to get a certain number, I have to get this, I have to get that. It's a month-to-month basis. I can talk a little more in depth for me, because I don't just do social media. I also do, well, it is social media, but I also do like my YouTube, my content creation stuff. And for a little bit of backside, it's fucking hard to just go up and talk to random people. It definitely, the first like 2 or 3 people, it's super hard to go up and just talk and be like, hey man, my name's Lenny, I'm a YouTuber, blah, blah, blah. That's what we do.
Why don't you tell us like your process on that? So the anxiety by itself of doing it, some people may not even want to, leave their 9 to 5 to do that. The anxiety behind it. What gave, what's your anxiety about, your process that you go through daily on, between finding the jobs, quoting the jobs, doing the interviews for your Reacts pages, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an anxiety when you have clients of under delivering. It's hard because sometimes the world of social media is so populated, so many people do it. Is my client really going to see the results? These are things that I struggle with every day. Right now, one of my clients are working on a monthly newsletter, and is it going to help him get clients? Is it going to help him get more people to sign up? Maybe, but there's no definite answers until we do it. I think whether it's my clients and my social media work, or it's the video side of things and my YouTube stuff, you never know until you do it, right? Even like with stuff like this, with StatFest, Shout out Staff Fest. This Staff Fest Halloween, our first event outside of New York.
I had
We're
to.
throwing it in Durham. I believe when this episode comes out, it'll be that day. Almost positive on how they line up. Don't really know for sure, but you know, like with everything we do, you know, what's going to happen? Oh my gosh, is this going to happen? Who cares? You got to do it. You do the work, put the work in, you make the product, whatever, and either you're going to get results or you're not. It's very simple. But I mean, as far as going into like a video, man, on the way there, I feel like, you know, it's a 10-minute drive or 15, 30, 40-minute drive, wherever we're shooting at. But it feels like forever.
Longer.
Oh, it feels like forever. I'm sitting there just, like getting like real tense and, doing this. And, I get like this wave of just anxiety where I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, all right, we're going to do it. And, even once I get there, man, my heart starts racing a little bit. You're just going up to random people. You don't know these people. But I will tell you, man, after like the first one or two, you just get on a roll. And by the time you're done, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people you just interviewed. So it definitely goes by fast. I think the most important thing, and I've been watching a lot of videos on this, right? If there's anyone out there who wants to start a YouTube channel or any of that, just post. I know my videos now will suck compared to the ones I'll be making in 2 years. But you just got to post. You just got to believe in yourself at the time and what you have. But yeah, I mean, man, it sucks. I'll sit there and tell Gabby, I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to go. But I think the cool thing, going back to quote of the week, another quote one of my old teachers used to say is that if you don't get nervous, that means you don't care. So when you get nervous, it means you actually care about something. So it's a good thing. Nerves are good in whatever you do. So I get nervous all the time. And every time I get nervous, I just think of that. And I'm just like, damn, all right, shake it off. Shout out to Taylor Swift. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Travis
Anyway,
Kelce.
Swifty. But no, I think really it's just, I know what this is going to be in 3 to 5 years, 10 years, after I put all this work in, and I just believe in the process. And it goes back to anxiety, really just goes back to believing in yourself, having that confidence. Because you're going to feel anxiety every day, right? I mean, you deal with it, I'm sure, and we'll hear about it in a second, but you just gotta push through and get what it is that you get done. I mean, how do you really like deal? First of all, how do you deal with anxiety? Or what does anxiety look like?
Anxiety is just like, it's nuts. Dealing it, from personally to professionally, it's a hard topic but I can speak about it because I see it and I live it and I know how to battle it. Sometimes it wins, sometimes it loses, but we go through it. I mean, for me, on my end of doing everything, it goes from finding the jobs, finding clients who need the work done, to if a site inspection is required, we go through our process of going to the site, talking with the client, filling their needs. And another thing I want to get into, later today is going into dealing like our clients' anxieties. And I'm sure you see that 100%. Is your clients wanting to make sure everything's 100% foolproof and, you got this and they don't have to worry about it. But taking a step back there, I'll go into, doing my site inspections, getting what the clients need, and then having a quote. And first off, anxieties of the pricing, because all of our pricing, from a services aspect, you got to, enough to sustain yourself, and keep yourself and keep the, your business, your production moving, as well as, continuing to, want to provide the best. You want to do right by the customer, by the client.
For sure.
And you don't want to have like, hey, this thing this thing costs $100. Let me charge them $1,000. I saw a thing on shout out to Dude Dad if he ever watches this. He went through a whole thing about something similar about anxieties that he had with his wife about doing like a DIY project. And
Mhm.
long story short, out of all of it, him and his wife ended up in counseling, and then they ended up outsourcing it. And then the guy's like, "Yeah, well, that will be $1,000, and that's $1,000, and that's 1,000. Oh, but this you got to get yourself. Oh, but this is 1,000. Oh, you want us to do the shrubs? Oh, okay, $1,000. Like it it's just hysterical to see it, but we don't want that for our customers. We want to do right by our customers. That's how my team lives by, and we give an honest, as much of an honest price as we possibly can, with the rise of inflation and the economy. For us, we work a lot with products, so we got to go by what the market says, to sell it as, and just do it again, do it right for our customers and what we're able to do for them.
Yeah, I think the anxiety thing too. It's like everyone's got their own price. And I mean, you made a good point with the client anxiety. Because even my client was texting me yesterday and was like, "Oh, I got some questions for this upcoming week," and we started on a very like random thing. I really saw it being more of a an educational entertainment thing. He only wants to do entertainment, so I'm like, okay, and he's in the health field, so it's like, okay, um, I get it. You know what I mean? Like it's your brand. Like cool. If I had an idea and someone came in and said, "Hey, why don't we try this?" I'll be like, "No, we're gonna do this." So I get it, especially as a content creator. Um, but I feel like there's a part of the market that we're missing. Um,
100%.
and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that just doing the entertainment and the funny skits, gets him the business. But there's a part of me that is just like I think we're missing something here. Um, but it's so true. I mean, he's like, what are we doing? And I think clients automatically think just because you work with them and you're helping their social media that numbers are supposed to improve right away. It doesn't work like that. Social media is a weird thing because realistically, um, if he wanted his numbers to look good, he doesn't have to hire me. He could just run ads, and yeah, his numbers will look great. But is it going to bring in clients? It's not, because anyone can run ads on Instagram and get thousands of likes and thousands of follows and
You got to know what to
build their
do.
page
That's
up.
really what it is. It's being
It,
dedicated to it.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's more of like a long term play. I want a year from now to be like, hey, we started when you had 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 700 followers. Now you're at 5,000. You went from bringing in 2,000 a month to now you're bringing in six. I want to be I'm sure you feel the same way. You just want to be that middleman to help people, build. And I'm all about building. And I think the anxiety of it is it's just common practice, right? We're all human. um, it's one of the most annoying things about it because I mean I don't know how you like network or advertise. You're probably at this point more word of mouth because you're way more established than me. um, but like for me, I hit up people, like the chamber has been huge for me. All my clients have derived from the chamber. um, I was just networking, meeting people, like just rubbing shoulders with people. Um,
Yeah.
but
So,
I mean, client anxiety is a real thing, though.
oh yeah, 100%. Client anxiety is 100%, like one of the biggest things. I think it's an unmet challenge that I think all entrepreneurs are facing. That's something that I may not be able to deal with my anxiety. I may not be able to deal with my wife's anxieties or my children's, or but when it comes to learning your clients' anxieties, that's really I fully hard to believe it is what will change you from being a just from a contractor, let's say, in this aspect, as a contractor, as a service provider, to being taking the next step and being, hey, this person genuinely cares about it. And as we saw when we had Tommy on the show, remember Tommy Lanham, Mr. Enthusiasm?
I'm gonna light the house on fire,
Dude, he that lit up. Not,
bro. No,
not meant in that way.
hold on. You have a dum in there.
No, I gotta get one.
You need to get a dum.
No. That works.
That works. That works.
So, but I have actually, so they're one of my more responsive clients. So Tommy and his wife Tammy. Tammy is the tech director over at their church, and for the longest time, so on Sundays I'm more red alert. I'm very responsive on Sundays. So if you call me on a Sunday, I'm sorry if I come off that I'm very responsive. Like, hey, what's going on? Because I'm literally
what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
I'm literally responding to texts and calls all day. Well, at least up to like 2:00 in the afternoon at the latest. So you're talking at earliest.
Then
it's
it's
7.
See you later.
I've had 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, right. 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to like 2 in the afternoon. Usually my phone is blowing up. And that's because of clients' anxieties. You know, it comes all down to it is tech not working, troubleshooting it. What can we do to fix it? Tammy always had called me, and I love her. She's a great person. There was always something going on and it was, of course, I always called it the gremlins. I called it the tech gremlins. You don't feed them after dark. You remember the movie? Oh my gosh, we got to find that movie.
I mean, I honestly don't remember the movie. I was too young for it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but being able
how does that make you feel? You're old. What?
Being able to resolve our clients' anxieties, and resolve these gremlins, that are coming through. They're what's doing it, and being able to just respond to, hey, this is what we can do. And listen, I can 100% respond to a job site instantly when there's no anxiety. But what makes the deciding factor a lot with clients is almost managing their anxieties. So like, hey, like I could fix it in seconds, but if their anxiety is not fixed, is not calmed down, it means nothing. A lot of the times what I'll do with clients is I address a major concern, and I'll tell them, one of the first things I'll do is say, hey, listen, we'll take care of this. And it's so weird to say it like that. I almost, being a parent, I can see it more so now being a parent more than I was before I was a parent, where I say, listen, everything's going to be okay. Like, it sounds cliche, but in retrospect, though, you're easing there like, hey, listen, we got it. We're going to take care of it.
It's all good.
It's all exactly. It's all good. There's an issue we're addressing. There's an issue. Thank you for communicating that. The worst part is when I have clients that don't contact me for weeks and then have anxiety attack. You weren't here. Well, I'm not a mind reader. We have a saying.
You gotta tell me what's going on before I just don't pop up. I'm not like a genie.
We have a saying over at one of the colleges I work at during the week that when we'll have like PowerPoints go on, and we said we got to make team shirts that says, I didn't make your PowerPoint. Like, they're expecting you when to change a slide. Like, I didn't make it. I gave you a clicker thing. I don't know what to say.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, no. I don't know.
But one thing I've been learning about anxiety as a whole is anxiety is an alarm bell. There's nothing wrong with anxiety. Everybody has anxiety. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's actually an alarm bell. Shout out to, I have the book with me by Dr. John Delony, he Building a Non-Anxious Life. This, I have it on Audible. I have the physical copy. This actually just came out at the beginning of October. It goes through.
What y'all need to do is go hit our link and give us a commission. Now, imagine.
No,
one day.
He's a good guy. He is a good guy. I've been listening to it. He has a podcast too. Shout out to him. He is, I believe, double PhDs in like psychology fields. I can't say exactly what it is, not knowing, but
him.
Like, he goes through like understanding what it is in this book. At least he goes through understanding what anxiety is. Like, you understand it, what it is not. So you know what not to define it as, and then the daily choices you really should make between choosing reality, connections, freedoms, mindfulness, your health and well-being, and choosing your beliefs. And going through that, and this is basically reestablishing your foundations, to build the non-anxious life. And it's, again, it's a path we all cross, and also being able to reciprocate this for our clients. Our clients will 100%, they appreciate you just saying, hey, it's going to be okay, we'll take care of it. Same with you. If you have a client that's coming up, you have a video, you have social media that you've done it with, and you're like, and they're, deadlines approaching, they want to have something done, what's going on? Hey, listen, I got it, don't worry. Things, there's been some stuff, I got it taken care of, don't worry. Like, but have their anxieties, and he's like, yeah, Lenny's got it, we're good. You know what, I'll catch up with them later.
The problem is that and I get it, because I also own a business. I don't like this little that just,
you're good.
It down. It's one thing. Why is this? There we go. That's the lighting I want. I was like, why does it look weird? That's another thing too, because like I own my own business, and like I know how I want to run things. So it's hard, especially in our position, when we take over someone's social media, and we give them these ideas, and they're like, "Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all." So like for this client specifically that I was talking about before, I had a whole game plan going in, just assuming that we were on the same page because we talked about it, and it seemed like that's what he wanted to do. So then I come in and I have all these ideas, and he basically just shuts me down with every single idea I had, except the newsletter. He they like the newsletter, but
quick clip. If you guys want to sign up for our newsletter, it is on our link in the description on the Solo 2 link now. So if you want us to get on our newsletter, we're going to start pushing soon. Lenny is just finding this out today, literally.
Yeah. I was like,
if you want to get on it, subscribe onto it. And also, shout out onto our Solo page there. You can check all our social media, YouTube pages, where you can listen to the podcast. And also, if you want to come on the show, there's an application on there you can fill out right online. So,
well, okay. Well, I just learned that right there. Anyway, so I wanted to do, like I said before, I wanted to do more educational, and mix it with a little entertainment, have fun with it. And he just wanted to do strictly entertainment, which is cool. Again, if it works, if it's your brand, that's what you want to do, by all means, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking rock the house, dude. So it definitely was anxiety filled when I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. And just took complete notes. Like, nope, it's not what we're doing. Okay. I mean, that's cool. But like, you're going to take your losses. You're going to, take them on the chin and, put
it's
your head up.
It's a learning experience. It is.
No, for sure. And the communication, like it just, again, two people who own businesses, I thought we just talked more, and like I thought what I was saying was clear, but honestly it wasn't, I guess. So there's just been a little bit of miscommunications, which is fine. He's a super cool guy, and I wish him the best with everything he's doing, and all the things we're gonna do. So it's definitely just a learning curve. It's definitely like put my anxiety on an all-time high. But at the same time, it's like I just want to help people grow their business. Whether I have to take some L's on the chin and and be like, hey, that's a stupid idea. Okay, cool. And that's a stupid idea. Like I'm cool with that. I'll take the L. But people are just particular, and I think that's the thing that entrepreneurs are gonna have to learn, especially in a service-based field, whether that's car detailing, social media, audio, visual, painting, whatever. People, especially the better you get and the more known you are going to have a higher expectation, a standard you're going to be held to. Then sometimes it might just seem stupid as to why someone will hold you to such a high standard, because we're all humans at the end of the day. We all make mistakes. But the more you get into it, the more you'll realize that some people have unrealistic expectations. Like some people, when I talk to them about social media, I worked with a client who, I didn't work with a client. We sat down with a client, and he just assumed that social media would take off in a day. Like it just doesn't work like that.
Doesn't
Like
work. I
some
wish.
things just me too. Like if that was the case, like I wouldn't be doing social media, like
You'd be
I'd be
blowing
doing my
up
own
all the
thing.
way to the moon at this point.
Yeah, it takes time. You can have a great brand, great awareness, and do great things with what you're doing, but it takes time. And
A lot of
I
things
had to
are
not work.
algorithms too.
Yeah, 100%. I had to not work with that person because they just assumed that it would be okay. So what? I need like a month or two, and that's it. No, it takes 3, 6 months, even a year sometimes to really get into it. And it really also, and this is a huge thing, and we might talk about this later in the series, but you have to be in your community. If you're
100%,
not,
100
if
billion
you're
percent.
not, that we're talking about it.
Oh, I'm just agreeing with you 100%.
Oh, you have to be in your community. I've met people who are like, "Oh, I'm not going to vendor at this event. I'm not going to do this." I don't give a shit if you lose money. You need to fucking do it, bro. You need to be in the fucking community. You need to just go after it, even if you're bro. And this is another thing that I'm trying to get through to my client right now. Give stuff away for free. It sucks. You don't make money. Cool, whatever. But people fucking talk. People talk. It's just what it is. Listen, before social media, how do you think people grew businesses?
Oh,
Word
exactly.
of mouth. So I brought, again, the same client. I brought the idea up to him, and I was like, "Hey, I had this idea, like, but it's going to involve giving away, some free stuff." And he wasn't on board. Then I was like, "All right, well, let's reach out to some, fairly successful people." I got the okay to like for a couple of people I can reach out to, which I'm going to reach out to here in the next couple of days. But it's just, dude, like you need to be in the community, find out what events are going on, find out the local nonprofits in your area, meet the people, volunteer. Like you just need to be in your fucking community, bro. It's a
Getting
huge
a
thing.
chamber of commerce, all your boards.
Yeah, I mean, is there a chamber of commerce out there in Long Island?
Oh, we got for each town for the most part. I'm trying to find mine for where I live, but yeah, each area.
I wonder how many businesses are in it.
I know I'm part of, like, I'm inadvertently part of the Middle Country Chamber of Commerce, and we do their festival every year. And from that alone, we have gained a lot of businesses. And again, that's just a group. That's multiple towns because that's just based on a road. But each town could have it depending on where you are. You just type in like, your chamber of your local chamber of commerce, your town chamber of commerce, and see what comes up. And your community is going to be 100% on. Get into it. Come to a meeting. They have meetings. They support each other. Hey, they do luncheons. They do networking meetings. Do all these different things. And just being able to be in it, the community is going to revolutionize, because now it's getting your face out there. First off, yes, 100%. The anxiety behind, well, I have to give stuff for free. I have to give services. I had a barber for one of our festivals last year do haircuts for free. Haircuts. You know how much they make on those? How much was your haircut last weekend?
$40.
There you go. So $40. They did an all-day festival. So how many cuts? How long does it take? Half an hour, if that? Depending on the cut. So, you're talking, it's $80 an hour they're losing. But in retrospect, think about the return they're going to get on that, because they came out, hey, I never heard of this place. Wow, you're in my hometown. Where are you? Now suddenly they doubled that. They doubled what they lost as a net gain. So they're, being in your community is 100%, I think it's great. We've been involved in many, different community events that we've provided the equipment. We either provided the equipment, the labor, the know-how, whatever's needed to be done. And, we had a great time of it.
Yeah, I think another thing too is like, so for me, for those of you that don't know, I run a nonprofit. Oh, I lost you. Hold on. There you are. Okay. I run a nonprofit, the Lifting Love Foundation Incorporated. We fed in 2022 over 100 families, so we fed some people, and I know how hard it is to work to run a nonprofit. So the one thing I do on my video production side is I don't charge nonprofits. It's just not what I do. And I've just been reaching out to some, want to see more work. So I send them my portfolio. But whatever it is, at the end of the day, I work for free. I give a service for free. So, like a business I work with, a client of mine gives a service for free. It's not about that service. It's what that service, that free thing does, what you give to someone and they go, oh my God, this place, you need to go. Even if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people come, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who maybe have never heard of you before. I think it's huge, like to be in a community. I wish, like social media is such like a niche. Social media and video production are very niche. You don't need it all the time. Like I wish
It's
I
a
was
luxury
like,
item. When COVID
yeah, I
hit, it's
wish I was like
luxury
a
item.
personal trainer. I wish I was like something other than like what I do. I mean, I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that. But what I'm saying is like I just have like the recipe that I know would be successful, and now how I would get my name out there. And like I feel like it wouldn't take that long as to where someone who doesn't have the know-it-all might take a year or two, 3 years, 4 years. But for me, I would just market the fuck out of myself. Are you kidding me? That's all I would do. You just got to market yourself. People need to see you, and sometimes you have to give stuff up for free. It's just the nature of the beast. But again, it goes back to that anxiety. Some clients have that anxiety of I need to pay my bills this month. Okay, but like let's say you scrape by and you just get your bills this month, but next month you got 5 new clients because you did this one thing for free with a quote unquote celebrity or someone who's very well known in the area, but he brings you in more, or they bring you in more clients. It's a numbers game. You need to market yourself. And honestly, you need to be in the community, like we said. You need to give some stuff away because people love free shit. It's just what it is. Are you going to remember the person who charged you for something that was okay? Or are you going to remember the person that gave you some really cool ass shit for free? And you're going to tell all your fucking friends about it? Because
you know why?
I promise
you don't
you,
expect it. You're not expecting
exactly. Exactly. If you treat everyone like a paying customer, but you give them something for free, people are going to eat it up. I'm telling you. Take it from me. If you're in a service-based industry, video production, photo, social media, it's a little different because they're specialized. But if you're a personal trainer, you refer a client to me, I'll give you 1 free session. Hey, if you're, I'm just a physical therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you refer a client to me when they come. Hey, I'll give you an extra service on top, free of charge. If you're a gym, I'll give you a week free guest pass if you could bring somebody else in. It doesn't have to be something that costs you a lot.
Exactly.
But yeah, if I'm a barber, hey, you get someone to come in here, I'll give you a free haircut. Because the thing is, I think a lot of people don't understand the fact of I'm giving something away for free, but like, what do I get back? If your service is good enough to give 1 free thing away, that person 90% of the time is going to come back, because if you're that good and that confident and that good at what you do, they're going to come back. It's just how it's going to be. So you have to have that confidence. It goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. You need to be confident that you've put the work in to have the talent, right? Because talent's only going to take you so far, right? Talent will get you to like this point, but you put the hard work in, you'll get up to here, and that needs to be good enough so that you're great at your craft. And if you're great at your craft, you give some stuff away for free. Now, holy shit, dude, I'm just going to use barbering for an example because, I mean, dude, this guy, like, cleaned me up. This is one of the best haircuts. And I don't want to disrespect my boy Nick, who's been cutting my hair for over 5 years. Love you to death, Nick. One of my best friends. One of the best barbers on Long Island. Make sure you go check him out. Victory Cuts. But this, by far, is one of the best haircuts I've ever gotten because this is what I've always wanted. And to be fair to Nick, my hair is finally able to do it because, it's been grown out. But this is a guy I'm going to talk about all the time. Like I'm here. Yo, bro, you need to go check out so-and-so. He's downtown, whatever. Yo, this person, he's over here. Bro, word of mouth is crazy. I can go on a tangent about it. Give some shit away for free. Be in your community. Do events. Especially if you're in a busy place like Long Island. Like, There's always some shit going on.
Long
Find
Island,
the
New
big
York
city,
City, Charlotte,
yeah,
wherever you're at.
Dude, find a big city near you, even if you travel a little bit. Even if you got to spend $100 on a vendor table, cool. You know. Oh, everything just went away. There it is. Like even us, like we've been contemplating, maybe next year doing some vendor tables. But like for what we do, we don't have merch to sell. You know what I mean? So it's a little different.
Shout out Lifting Love merch. Go.
Yeah, shopliftinglove.com. Make sure you go get your merch. Lift Love Crush Cancer is out now. Go get your merch. All the donations, you heard it in the ad. But I don't know. It's one thing I've always wanted to do is like do vendor tables and just meet people. But it's just easier for me to not pay or pay a $10 entry fee ticket and go interview a bunch of people. So, until we get like actual merch, it's not going to make any sense.
Well, and having the anxiety behind all this, and oh my gosh, I'm giving my services for free. I can't afford that. I can't budget that. Yes, then if you have to skip out on it, then you skip out on it. But it's just a lost opportunity at that point.
But can you not afford new clients? You know what I mean?
Exactly. You
know what I mean? Like here, let me ask you this. Would you give, like, let's say someone was like, hey, I have a wedding. I'd love you to do a video for, but I can't afford you to do photos. Would you mind doing photos? Right? You do a video, you do photos, they fucking love it, they come out great. Now guess what? Their best friend gets married in 6 months. Now who's gonna get the full package? It's gonna be DJ. Like that's for me what I did with I worked with a country club, had a paid gig. I gave him a smaller price because I've never done anything this related. Now I know that I can charge more because the video, first off, came out amazing. But I also did, I also did photos for them, and they were just like, "Hey, can you just get a couple photos?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll get a couple." 103. Yeah, I swear to God, 103 photos I got for them, bro. They ate it up. They do like 4 to 6 really big events a year, and she said the next event they're gonna call me back. Like they put me on their website as an official vendor. Whether or not they call me back or not, it's not even the point. It's the fact that, holy shit, I only paid for this, but I got this, and that. And I told them when they edit, because I don't edit photos. I need to learn. My man DJ here. But they have an in-house person who edits photos, and I sent it to her, and she said, "Bro, these are really good." She's like, "I barely had to edit any of them," and she said, and I told him, "Get them, send them back to me. I'll make you a second video and just put photos." Like give people more than what you're getting paid for, and they'll fucking remember you. I promise. And in 6 months when they call, or 3 months when they call me back for their next event, I'm going to say the same shit on this podcast and talk a bunch of shit in your ear right now. So I know DJ is mad because I curse a lot, and I'm sorry, but the truth, yeah. You know what? I don't give a. But no, in all seriousness, give more than what you're getting. I know for some people it sucks, right? Everyone has to pay their bills. I got to pay my bills. DJ's got to pay his bills. Everyone who's listening to this podcast got to pay their bills. But business is such a long-term game. It's only listen, if you've made it already and you've made millions of dollars, it's really not a long-term game. You're just chilling, waiting for, whatever. But like for us, we're hustling, we're scrapping. There's some days where I don't know if I'm gonna make my rent this month. There's some days I'm sure when me and DJ did the one gig, he was telling me about, how times were tough. And it's like that. But if you give away shit now for free, in 3 to 5 years, you ain't got to give nothing away.
It's the ROI, return on investment. You know what,
exactly.
You're praying and hoping you're getting what you get back, and and you live and you learn from it. Whether you do, whether you don't.
For sure. I don't know if me doing all this extra stuff for the country club is going to be worth it until their next big event of next year comes and they go, maybe that Lenny guy, and they don't call me back. Okay, fuck it. Take it on the chin. You know what I mean? Like, what's okay, cool. Like even for this month, I have another event booked anyway. So it's like, you just keep working, you keep grinding, you keep doing things, and you're going to get fucking results. It's just how it's going to be. I'm sorry. I can go on a tangent all day.
I know you can. And I gotta rewind a little bit. I got to get the rewind track. That'd be cool. And going back a little bit on the clients when you were saying about your one client who either just wanted the entertainment value and didn't want the educational value to the content. And I have both sides of the clients here. So I have the clients who say, hey, listen, you're the pro, you do what you want, let me know what you think. And they tell you their vision, and it's up to you to make the professional decision. Whereas I also got a client, coincide client, who's very nitpicky. He's very nitpicky. And he tells me all the time, he goes, yeah, I like it, but can I do it this way? Can we do it that way? Not always a pricing thing. Could be just a technique. Could be a way about doing it. And then some other times he'll be like, yeah, just do what you want. And it's up to you to be the professional decision here. And I had a client years ago, early into my career, that told me the difference, and it's hysterical, the difference between being a professional and a volunteer. Ready?
What is it?
You're paid. You're paid. That's the only difference. You're a professional, you're a volunteer. That's all there's a difference. You could be
getting paid?
Yep. So think about it.
I didn't hear. You cut off.
You're good. It's probably good on my end. What it is when you're a professional, you're being paid to do the service, you're paid to do the work. Whereas when you're a volunteer, you're paid to, or you're not paid, but you're giving your services away. When you were saying you're doing the services for free, you're volunteering your time, you're volunteering your services for the community, for the event, for what's going on. And going from this, all the anxieties can trigger this, and it's going to make it more challenging. It's going to make it sometimes sleepless nights. Again, how are you going to afford to pay bills? I got 4 kids. I have no idea sometimes how I'm going to pay my bills. It's you look into your investment. Hey, listen, I'm going to drop this. It's going to suck dropping this money right now because I don't have. It's like I don't have it. I don't have the credit card. I don't have that. But what's the ROI on it? What am I going to get back? Is it, and return in this case doesn't always have to be financial. I think that should be well said there too.
Yeah, I mean, even so I think I talked about him on the Tommy episode, my mentor.
Yes.
This guy he's like a small city Mark Cuban. You know what I mean? He's had a tech company, sold it, made millions. He's, and how Mark Cuban's doing that cost plus drugs. This guy's actually working on, I don't know how much I can say or not, but he's working on basically low income housing, and he wants to help people. He wants to give back. But believe it or not, it's such a huge profitable market that even when he does the low income stuff, he's still going to be making a shit ton of money. So, but even for him, if you have knowledge, you don't have to give shit away for free, but you can give some of your time to an up and coming entrepreneur like DJ with me. DJ, you'll never understand how much you've impacted Lifting Love and how much you're really to credit for helping us get to a point where, we will be able to monetize, helping with thumbnails and behind the scenes and really just being kind of, like a big brother to me to just bounce ideas off of no matter how crazy they are.
I hear some crazy ideas.
DJ has given thousands of dollars of thumbnails, of advice, it's only been 4 months, 5 months,
something like that. Yeah, hasn't been long.
I told him the other day, the minute Lifting Love is profitable and can have employees, he's number one on the list for sure. So, giving your time is huge. This guy is a multi-millionaire, owns like a golf course and has all these accolades that I can go on and list. Sat down with me for an hour and was like, hey man, I just want to grow your business. I want to help you be successful. And I'm sitting here like, why me? He's just like, I believe in you. I think you're going places, and it's just cool to get that satisfaction and hear somebody else think about it. But everything that you give away doesn't have to be monetary. But I think you mentoring someone and helping someone cope and learning how to cope with those anxieties of everyday stresses, because we're human. Every day is stressful. Because like DJ said, there's months where it's like, fuck, how am I gonna feed my kids, or am I gonna pay my mortgage, or my rent, so it's every day is anxiety. No one is not anxious. Like those people who walk around calm, cool, and collective, I think it's a personality. And when they get home, they're like,
And again, what I was saying before was how anxiety is an alarm bell. How that Dr. John Delony said
put
in
the
his
link to
book.
the book in the description. That's what we need to do.
This book, man,
Building a non-anxious life.
But he talks about, again, how it's an alarm bell. There's nothing wrong with it. It's your smoke alarm. He said the best instance is it's your smoke alarm in your house. When you're cooking dinner, and you burn it, your smoke alarm starts going off, as it naturally should. Well, the fire department's called, it's a different story. But and the severity of it. But a lot of the times, he gave a good example in it, and I have to pull exactly what it is, but it was along the sides of, well, really what you're doing is, he goes on also the educational way of it and the medical way of it, pharmaceutical, non-pharmaceutical, things like that, understanding what it really is. But it's like, you don't want to throw pillows on an emergency, your smoke alarm's going off. Okay. You're not looking to just silence the alarm. Your first instinct is what is causing the alarm, right?
Yeah.
So your anxiety really comes down to, what's triggering it? What is triggering it? So then it lets you go through, and his book goes through and helps you understand, things that can be triggering it, and different ways to understand and basically ground yourself, is the way I would say it. Is, like an electrical grounding rod that is, hey, your earth, your reality, what the heck's going on here? Let's see what's going on, and then we can go from that point. Then, we work on silencing the alarm. We work on going from that point. And again, there's nothing wrong with having anxiety. It's all about the way of treating yourself, treating your anxieties, and getting the alarm bells to simmer down and silence so you can actually relax.
Yeah. I think a big thing too is confidence, right? I've never read the book. I don't know if confidence is in the book,
I'm sure
or just practicing doing it. Yeah. But like one of our first ever public interviews, or I think it was actually number like 6 or 7. We went to Times Square. We were there for like 3 hours. I only talked to like 3 people. That's how bad my anxiety was. And it just takes practice. You know what I mean? Like, it just takes practice. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Just keep on working. Keep on drilling. And your anxiety won't go away. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, this is the drug to get anxiety to go away. No, confidence is not that. But building up your self-esteem, building that practice and that confidence to be like, I know I'm good at what I do. I know that, or even the non-entrepreneurs yet who are looking like, hey, I'm knowledgeable enough to know if something goes wrong, I can figure it out. I think that has a lot to do with anxiety as well, because you don't learn business until you're in business. So for the people who want to get into the field, for the people who want to have their own business, you ain't going to learn shit until you run in it.
You can talk a good game, but it's not going to matter unless you're executing.
Exactly. Same thing with people who want to do YouTube. Everyone's like, oh man, I have these cool ideas. Okay, do them. Right? Like I said, these videos that I'm putting out now, to me, I love them. I think they're great. I can watch them 10 times over again. I love watching myself on camera. I think it's the coolest shit ever. But in 2 to 3 years, I promise you, we'll be making 10 times better stuff. And when we look back, we're going to be laughing at the stupid ass stuff we're doing now.
What is this video? I'm going to laugh at this video. I'll shout out this video. Hey, future selves, laugh at us.
Honestly, we're going to look at this podcast, when we're touring with a podcast that you guys love or hate, depending on who it is. But yeah, I mean, I think a cool thing, and I challenge people. And actually, this is something I wanted to bring up because we got our first ever comment on the pod.
Legit comment.
Legit comment. Yeah, I know. I be commenting on my other channel. I be commenting on my channels and stuff. This is from Brian Schiesler. I don't
Okay.
know.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah. Hey, Brian. I did it. I left my 9 to 5, and now I work weekends and evenings at McDonald's. Never been happier. First off, let's like that. I don't know exactly what that means, but if you're happy, we're happy.
Exactly. If you're, that's what it matters. Is your joy is our joy.
Brings us joy. Yeah, exactly. And even if it's for the people who still want to work for someone else, we're here for y'all too. We're here for y'all too. If y'all have any question,
we still need
we
you
need
to
you.
run everything, but everybody's personality is different. Everybody's wants and needs are different.
Exactly. Some people are meant to work 9 to 5s. They love it. It works for them. Great schedule, great pay, get family time. For other people, I like working 80 hours a week, you know?
I like being a life changer, you know, game changer.
So, shout out to Brian for commenting.
You took the first step. Like, legit, that's that. Like, Brian, if you're listening to this right now, hi. That was the first step of just being open to comment that to us and be like, hey, I did it. Thank you. Like, that's like, we're proud of you. We really
100%.
are.
So congratulations. Hope to hear from you soon.
And it's a
but
process.
If you want
I think we're going to process soon.
For sure. If you want to be mentioned on Leaving the 9 to 5 here on the Lifting Love Podcast Network, comment below. Tell us what your dreams are. Tell us what your goals are. Tell us how we can help you guys, because that's another thing we're here for. So, but the last thing I'll leave you with is this, and then DJ can hit the outro. But don't let anxiety stop you from going after the shit that you want to do. There is nothing more devastating in life, and I'm just hinting at this because it's going to be a future video that I'm doing with Lifting Love. Don't let regret stop you. Don't let anxiety stop you and hold you back, because at the end of the day, you're going to regret it. Regardless of what it is, regardless of what you want to do, no matter how stupid your family or friends might think it is. Let me ask you these three. We'll see how many questions there are. Do you believe in yourself? Are you willing to put the work in? And do you believe in yourself? Those are the only three questions you need to ask. You need to ask yourself, do you believe in yourself? Ask yourself if you're going to put the work in, and then I need you to reassure yourself that you believe in yourself. Those are the three questions. And then you're going to fucking run with it, and you're going to go and do the work. Stop your anxiety by just going out there and doing it. That's all I got, D.
That fire, man. If you guys like this series that we're starting right now, please tune in for us for the next 6-7 episodes at least. We're going to have some more guests coming on. Maybe we'll have them talk about some of these topics as well. I think that'd be cool. Again, we're doing. Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm so happy he has that and not me, because
he
be every 30 seconds.
Anyways, we hope to see you guys again soon. Comment, like. Can't wait to see you do what you do best, and you know the drill.
As always, until next time, lift love, crush hate. We out.